Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn, and I, as always, am so grateful that you are here. And this video is an energy reading for the week to come. If you are a regular and you've been coming in every week to check these out, I really highly appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that you resonate and receive these readings enough to keep coming back. I would not do an energy reading if I wasn't feeling it. So these readings definitely aren't forced, but I genuinely have been enjoying channeling these messages and delivering them to you all and to myself too. As I'm channeling, I'm also receiving the messages myself and digesting them. And that said, this is all just very in the moment, so this video isn't edited. So if you hear any noises in the background, I apologize in advance. I do live in the city, but the intention of this energy reading is for us to just really understand what energy it is that we are stepping into this coming week and how we can best align with our higher selves. So I really just wanted to create a weekly energy reading that wasn't completely focused on love or relationships or career, something that just genuinely helped us with our self-development. So this energy reading also will come off as a very affirmational talk. So I hope that for those of you that stick around and watch, resonate with these messages. I have already cleansed my auric field and my space and my decks, so we are all ready to go. But I do feel called to do a deep breath together. So if you want to join me on this, we'll take one deep breath. Whew, okay. Get comfortable, and we're going to inhale and exhale. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. Yes, we are going to remain focused and aligned and relaxed in the midst of any and all noises. So I've already cleansed my space as mentioned, and called in spirit, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, sacred ones for this energy reading for the week to come, for the collective, for us specifically, those of us that are watching this video, those of us that aligned to this reading. What is the overall energy for the week to come? Okay, I think we'll do one. We'll leave it at one. I've been like pulling 2 cards for every deck the past few readings, but we're gonna keep it at 1. And if I feel called to pull more for the others, we're gonna do that. But one thing to keep in mind this week is that on Tuesday, April 26th, at approximately 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, we have a super full moon in Scorpio. So there's already these themes that we're walking into this week of letting go, of cycles in our life coming to completion, of us really turning inward and being introspective. Scorpio energies can be very intense, so you may have been feeling a heightened sense of your emotions. So that's another reason why I'm really excited to see what this reading is. And the overall energy that we got for this week is the shape shifter. And this is actually very beautiful because we see this, is it an eagle? Or I believe it's an eagle. But I saw an eagle earlier today on my hike, and it was so majestic and so beautiful, and I'm so glad that I was there to experience it in flight and landing on this beautiful tree. But I took that as a sign that this is going to be a season, or this is a time now of taking flight and really having faith in yourself. You know, like, you know how much faith it takes to fly? And I just feel like this card, with all these animals that we have here, we have the wolf, we have the man, we have the snake, we have the bird, and the deer, I believe. But yeah, shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. I kind of got a little off topic with the eagle that I saw earlier, but y'all, what are you transforming into? I know there's this consistent theme that we keep hearing about, we're transforming, and the reality is that we are transforming every single day, yes, but there are seasons in our life where it's more apparent, it's more confrontational, it's more uncomfortable, it's more visible, it's more encouraging, empowering, and I feel like this year really is the year to believe in yourself, and I'm going to repetitively keep bringing that up because it's so important that we don't lose sight of that we don't lose sight of the fact that our gifts are our gifts for a reason, and we should lean into our gifts, because in doing so, we're gifting that to the world. I was telling someone, my podcast guest, Yavez, that I feel like pursuing our passions and investing in ourselves in that way, where we are doing what we love and what we're passionate about, is our form of activism. And that is encouraged by the universe, that is encouraged by the divine, that is encouraged by God, the Most High, whatever higher power that you believe in, that you pray to. They want you to transform. They want you to unveil your gifts and share them with the world. They want you to allow yourself to let go of who you are no longer. And that is what transformation calls us to do, is to release. Because if we don't let go, we won't have space to welcome, you know? And with this full moon, full moons always represent letting go, releasing, cycles again coming to completion. Ask yourself, what version of myself is coming to completion? What version of myself did I outgrow and no longer need? What version of myself am I grateful for? Because it helped me, it led me to who I am now and where I am today. But moving forward, as I unveil my gifts, who am I transforming into? So should any challenges arise this week, what energy should we align with? Should any challenges arise this week, what energy should we align with? I'm gonna pull another one. Should any challenges arise this week? Okay. So we got healing chaos, and we got this butterfly, which also represents transformation. These butterflies kind of circulating this tornado. And I feel like transformation can feel chaotic, can feel kind of like a tornado, right? Like as we're caterpillars in the midst of becoming butterflies, perhaps our transformation can feel chaotic. Perhaps while we are healing, our healing journey, the things that we are confronting, that we're facing, our shadow selves, the dark parts that are not easy to look at, to face in order for us to heal them, right? Because if we are not confrontational about the things that we need to face, if we're not confrontational about the things that we want to change, that we want to heal, then they're not going to heal, right? Then they're not going to transform, because we are turning a blind eye to them. And so the things that we do face in the midst of transformation, in the midst of healing, in the midst of pursuing our dreams in a society that really directs us towards doing the opposite of that for the sake of capitalism, right? It can feel chaotic. It can feel like you may be going the wrong way. It can feel like you are navigating a completely new path. It can feel like you are facing so much uncertainty. But, you know, this card actually came up either in the last reading or the reading before. And the way that I received this, because I asked, you know, should any challenges arise this coming week, what energy should we align with? And the fact that we should align, or are recommended to align with, healing chaos is, I think, to just remind ourselves that although it can feel chaotic, although it can feel uncertain, although it can feel challenging, we're still healing. We're still transforming. We're still going down the right path. And it's important for us to tap into that perspective consistently, that things are healing. Even though it may look like things are kind of a lot, it's still in the process of healing. It's still in the process of us aligning with our higher selves. And it's important for us to continue to take action, to not become stagnant in the chaos, to not become stagnant in the uncertainty, in the stress, in the worry. Tap into your healing mindset, because the day that you can tap into empowering yourself in any situation, you are powerful. You are unstoppable. What should we focus on healing? What should we focus on healing this week? Look what came up. As I talk about making sure that we are aware of what perspectives we are subscribing to, not only this week, but just in life, we get this card to heal our perception. Heal our perception. Honestly, as a Scorpio myself, as a healer myself, as an energy reader myself, as someone who has many of the clairs, someone who in the course of the past, just this recent past year, has really been unveiling my own gifts, more so spiritually, which benefits every aspect of my life, of our lives, you know, as we really invest in our spiritual journey, that the beauty that comes from that reflects in everything that we do. But something that I love and have always loved to do is challenge my perspective, challenge my perception about things. Always, not only even trying to find out both sides of the story, but are there other sides involved other than just the two sides? And so here, for example, we can either choose to see the chaos, or we can choose to see the transformation that's taking place, right? And in any transformation in our lives, we can either choose to see the transformation as transformation that's going to lead us towards like, oh no, change, or we can look at it as like, wow, transformation, I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm aligning, I'm I'm not stagnant. Thank goodness. There's movement in my life. There's action. So yin and yang, light and darkness, okay? It's needed, y'all. The darkness and the light, the tornado and the beautiful butterfly, the dark skies and the pink beautiful clouds. It's all about balance. Like, everything in life has duality. Everything in life has light. Everything in life has darkness. And I really look forward to the day where we no longer fear our shadow selves, where we no longer fear the darkness. As much as I come off as a light worker, I was thinking about this again the other day. It's like, I honestly feel like I'm more so meant to be a shadow worker, because I'm so unafraid of, and I've also just experienced so much darkness that my perception of it has changed. So a lot of us this coming week really need to heal that, really need to heal the way that we look at things. And you know what? I'm actually curious to see what the booklet says about perception. I love talking about perceptions and perspectives, and it's one reason why I really love having conversations with people and interviewing people, because I love gaining new perspectives. We all truly see the world in different ways, and it's amazing. Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking at the wrong booklet, y'all. Sorry for the delay. Okay. Perception. With energy, sometimes a slight shift in perception is all that's needed. Remember, nature strives to retain balance. It is only our perception that labels that it is only our perception and labels that cause us to think otherwise. Is there a situation in your life that you are viewing from a very rigid perspective? Are you certain that you are the center of all the drama around you? Perhaps cultivating the ability to step outside of the drama, step outside of your own perspective, the way that you see things, the way that you have been seeing things. And again, shapeshift, y'all. As you transform, your perceptions, the way you view the world, the way that you respond to things are also going to change. And see the issue from every different viewpoint will shift your judgment of this person or situation from intolerable to simply it is, and as it is, it won't remain so for long. Letting go of the tether that holds you to a certain viewpoint also frees the situation up to go the natural way and get back into balance. That's another thing too, I think that we all don't realize are like the attachments and the cords that we create to relationships, to situations, to things, because we are so stubborn to continue to see them a certain way. We are creating an imbalance in those relationships, situations, things in our lives, because we are so strict about the way that we are seeing them. So should any challenges arise this week, I also recommend you to pause and ask yourself, what other perspectives and perceptions are available to you? What have you not allowed yourself? How have you been restricting your own vision? You know? So that's something that we need to heal. Be a little more expansive this week about the way that you see things in your life. perhaps the way that you see your transformation. Is your transformation really chaotic? Is it really uncertain, or is it divine and purposeful? You know? What should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering this week? Okay, I'm gonna pull another one. What should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering this week? I'm pulling another one because I genuinely really love these surrender cards. Okay, so it does look like there may be some stubbornness going on this week. And that could honestly be partly due to the Scorpio full moon. Scorpios can be very stubborn about the way that they see things, the way that they are positioned in the world. And Scorpio is also the sign of transformation. But we got surrender to creativity. This is why I say it looks like there could be some stubbornness going on this week because of the cards that I just pulled. So we'll get into that. But we got surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar and stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And y'all, that also has to do with perception. If you think about it, when you are allowing yourself to be more expansive about your viewpoint, about the way that you see things, you're also tapping into creativity. You're getting more creative about the way that you see the world. And so let your imagination shapeshift. Let your perception shapeshift. Let it transform and tap into the creativity that exists in transformation. Yeah, how beautiful to think about it in that perspective. Thank you, universe, angel, ancestor, spirit guides, for such a beautiful way to look at this, right? To look at this reading is to look at it as creativity. Like, okay, I am seeing this issue in this one way, but let me get a little creative. How else can I look at this, right? How can I look at this in a way that won't cause imbalance, and look at it in a way that is healing, look at it in a way that doesn't bring me stress or worry or doubt or anxiousness. Yeah, so y'all tap into your creativity this week in the midst of all else that is going on. And then we also got surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered, stay balanced, and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. We can become so, again, attached to the way that we see things that we become defensive, right? We're like, no, this is right. This is the way that it is. And it's like, no, like the reason why it says defensiveness is a sign of weakness is because, how can I word this? When you are not defensive, you are confident. You don't feel the need to prove yourself. You don't feel the need to defend yourself, right? You are so at peace and in balance and centered and grounded that you realize that I'm really trying to think of like the right, like the way to communicate this in a way that is digestible. Anyways, I'm losing my thought. But yeah, you realize, this is what I was getting at. You realize that we all, again, have our own perspectives. We all have our own perceptions. We're all on our own journey. And we don't need to be defensive. We can just hear each other out. We can just be open to other perspectives, other ways of seeing things. So try to release the defensiveness this week. Try to relax your viewpoints, your perspectives, and invest in being more open this week. Also invest in pausing whenever you may feel triggered, pausing whenever you feel like things are starting to feel like this image, chaotic, and make sure that, again, tapping into our higher selves, that you are responding rather than reacting to whatever goes on this week and every day after that. So let's see what our affirmation is. What is our affirmation for the week ahead? What is our affirmation for the week ahead? What is our affirmation for the week ahead? I am willing to forgive. Ooh, y'all. Okay. So, okay. Forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. Forgiveness is the answer to almost every problem. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. I forgive and I set myself free. I feel like unwillingness to forgive is also a sign and reflection of defensiveness, right? I'm going to pull one more affirmation. One more affirmation for the week to come. One more affirmation for the week to come. The point of power is always in the present moment. The past is over and done and has no power over me. I can begin to be free in this moment. Today's thoughts create my future. I am in charge. I now take my own power back. I am safe and I am free. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of full moon energy going on here. A lot of releasing who we are, our outdated, outgrown identities, so that we can shapeshift into other versions of ourselves, so we can lean into our evolution, which is very, very Scorpio energy. Releasing the thought that everything is chaotic, releasing certain perceptions that we may have held on to too tightly or too long, releasing old ways that we've done things and getting a little bit more creative about new ways that we're going to be doing things, releasing our need to be defensive, releasing through forgiving, and releasing the past, y'all. Like, what a kind of straightforward, simple, yet on point energy reading. And I hope that all of you either resonate with this right now already, because this full moon in Scorpio energy is very strong and eminent, and I felt it like a week ahead of time at least, and we're going to continue to feel that energy through the course of the week. So whether you resonate with this now or you revisit this reading later on this week, which I am going to put timestamps in the description below so that if you do revisit this and you want to go to a specific point in this reading, you can do so easily and it's easier to navigate with the timestamps. But perhaps you may resonate with one or more cards that I pulled as we continue to journey through the week. But let's really focus on the fact that we are changing and that we are transforming, and we choose to and we take charge of our transformation and make sure that it's in the direction towards our higher selves by being more expansive with the way that we see the world, by tapping into new perspectives, new perceptions, by being creative in all senses of the word, by taking action, continuing to take action. Even if it may feel hard to keep going, just take one baby step forward. And yeah, I just feel like we may be challenged this week to kind of revert back to our old ways, because sometimes, if not all the time, when we are becoming a new version of ourselves, the old version of ourselves is kind of like, wait, no, like what? No, like this is the way that we've been doing things. Like this is the way to keep doing it. This is safe. This is comfortable. Like, where are you going? And it's like you kind of have to, this is also like very much so inner child work. You have to kind of turn to yourself and be like, yo, like I know things are changing right now and it feels kind of weird because it's like not the way we've always been doing things or not the way we've always seen the world, but it's gonna be okay. Like, let's stay present right now in this moment. And yeah, just take charge. Take your power back. Remind yourself that you are safe and that you are free because you allow yourself to be creative in all senses of the world. You are free because you allow yourself to forgive and practice forgiveness. You are free because you are not tied to one way of seeing things. You are free because you are a shapeshifter, you know? So I hope that you all enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this whole video, I really appreciate you. Again, I hope that you all resonated with one or more aspects of this reading. Again, I am so grateful to receive these messages and to deliver them not only for you, but for myself as well. And yeah, I'm wishing you all a very, transformative yet affirming week ahead. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.